can do a series, George. You describe like a section of Star Wars for us.
Yeah. Cause I know you guys.
So next time, can we do
I know you guys don't know much about Star Wars.
Trilogy?
Ever since.
Yeah.
Because you guys are from. Where are you guys from? Mumbai. So they all know Star Wars there.
We're from Star. We're like Star Trek fans, George. So we need you to explain Star Wars to us.
Oh, I see.
We're Star Trek fans?
You're Star Trek. We're Star Trekkies. Is that the right term, Daniel?
No, Star
Trekkies.
Star Junkies.
Launching grenade.
Okay.
I'm dead.
So there was this slave boy, which is historically inaccurate because he's white, and there's Liam Neeson comes with this young lad who's kind of a cock, you know, like he's a little cocky little piece of shit, and they come to Tatooine. Yes, I know what planet it's on, and they're just talking, trying to get their ship fixed. I don't even know. It's probably a ship fix.
By who, George? By who?
By his mom. And wait, no,
Wait,
his
so
slave owner.
Trying to get with his mom.
I think so.
What's the name of the slave owner, George?
Karen.
Yeah.
And
Andy.
and he's like making the slave boy work, and then they have Padme for some reason. I forgot. Oh yeah, she's a princess. And then she's like, oh, she's the queen. Yes, she's the queen. And she's like, oh, are there any boys that can molest on Tatooine? And then she sees Anakin, and she's like, there is. That answers my question. And she starts talking to him, and Anakin's like really innocent, doesn't know that his face is about to become her seed. Right? So they're just chatting and stuff. Anyway, and then Anakin gets in a pod race with some ugly mofo, and he wins because he has palpable skills. And then
Power of friendship.
oh yeah, the power of friendship. And then they are about to fly away and go on their ship, and then some biracial guy comes up with two and he's a horny bastard, and he starts attacking Liam Neeson, and Liam Neeson is not having it, and then they leave. And that guy's pissed, like he's mad, really pissed, and they fly away. And then Qui-Gon Jinn reports back, and he's like, oh, they're Sith again. And they're like, that's impossible. And he's like, oh, then I must have fought Goldilocks. Fucking stupid council. You stupid bitch. Of course it's a Sith. Why are you questioning what I'm saying? Right? And they're like, oh, okay, true. If you really say it's a Sith, then it probably is. And then they go to where Jar Jar is, who's the best character. And easily. And then they go to his underwater planet, and they talk to some fat tard who's also called Karen. And they just discuss to him, they let him go. And then they go to this albino with really large hair, and she has her own kingdom. And they're just discussing, I actually have no clue why they're there. But then the separatists attack, and that albino chick with her hair, plus whatchamacallit, the Jar Jar's people team up and attack the robots. And when this is all happening, okay, Liam Neeson and Dickhead Boy are having a fight with the biracial dude again. Dun dun dun. That's right, biracial dude.
George, can you give us a little taste of the music that was playing during that fight?
Yeah. Dr. Mr. Boombuski, living on pussy.
No, I was looking for a different song.
Oh. And
yeah, what song was playing? No,
and then these walls come in and they segregate them, and then Darth Maul kills Liam Neeson, and Dickhead Boy's like, no, Liam Neeson, and then Dickhead Boy and Darth Maul fight, and then he wins, and he thinks he killed him, but what he actually did was just take his penis. But anyway, that comes up later in
Wow.
Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's just Addy and Dickhead Boy. And Dickhead Boy goes, you know, I think I'm gonna train Addy because that is what Liam wanted. And the council's like, he's too old. And Obi-Wan's like, and then he's Obi-Wan, Dickhead Boy. At the time he's a dickhead, but he starts not becoming a dickhead. But he goes, too old, bruh. He like
Being Space Jesus.
yeah, Space Jesus.
But that guy's literally 800
Yeah, exactly. He's like, too old, bruh. I could literally abort this boy right now. Like, he's literally one. And then Yoda was like, oh, no cap. And then that's it. That's the first movie. I'm not gonna do the rest though. Actually, I can do the rest. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just, the rest?
What's Clone Wars? What's the plot of Clone Wars?
Oh. Well,
Not doing
turns
Attack
out
of the Clones.
No, Attack of the Clones.
Dickhead Boy is replaced by another Dickhead Boy. That's right, Anakin becomes
Yeah.
Dickhead Boy, and Obi-Wan becomes more like a Jesus, less dickheady. And I honestly have no clue what the first thing they do is. It's like, I don't know. I seriously, I don't know.
Senator?
Where do? Oh,
Naboo?
yes, they meet the senator, chancellor.
Who's the senator?
The chancellor, right? And he seems lovely. There's nothing wrong with him. He seems like an awesome guy. Not two-faced. He's very honest. You know, he has good intentions. And then Obi-Wan kind of uncovers. So, they're tracking down this guy called Jango, right? Jango Fett is his name. And somehow, Obi-Wan ends up on this moon where there's a lot of giraffe people. And he's asked these giraffe people, hey yo, what you doing here on this planet? And the giraffe people are like, well, we're making this guy, his name is Jango, and we're making him sleep with a ton of hoes so that we could have his offspring. And he was like, no cap? And they went, yeah. And then he meets...
Yeah, they went all cap, no fact. No cap, all facts.
Yeah. And then he meets Jango, and Jango actually kept one of the kids, and Obi-Wan has a fight with him in the rain, and Jango just kicks his ass, man, and leaves with his firstborn. And then after that, he realized that Count Dooku is also bad, and Count Dooku throws Anakin and Padme, who are full-on railing at this point. Like, the minute she turned 18, she just grabbed her mind, and no one else's. And it was a sad thing, it's actually, like, he wouldn't have sex because he was a Jedi, because you're not supposed to do that. So she roofied him. Anyway, and, yeah, so they tie him to some poles, and they're obviously, you watch it and you go, okay, they're gonna get lynched. But no, that would be a better fate. They are, what's thrown at them is a tiger with 12 eyes, a rhino that's red, and a praying mantis that's just super stretched out, my guy.
Oh my god.
And they all just go at, you're like, they're screwed. They're all dead. And then guess who jumps down? That's right, my boy Jackson, Samuel. And he just comes down, and he starts killing everyone, and Count Dooku's like, watching this, he's kind of scared, and then the bug people hop in, get into the fray, and then Count Dooku is like nods to like Jango, like, you need to get down there, and Jango goes, what if I get killed by one of the best actors of our time? And then Count Dooku's like, what? No. And he's like, oh, okay. And then Samuel just like, just chops his head up, and then Boba watches, and Boba was like, oh, I always wanted PTSD for breakfast, and I don't know what happens to him after. I don't know if Count Dooku like, how was me, boy? I don't know. I got killed by BB-8.
Yeah.
And
I know, I was Kylo and I got killed by BB-8, so...
and then they had to get a second save by second time, and this time it is Yoda, and this really cool clone who does nothing wrong, seems really cool, like You're like, oh, he's gonna have a good ending. His name's Cody, and they drop down, and then they save them. Yep, and then a whole lot of things comes down. Chancellor Palpatine, that old guy. Yep, that grin.
Yep.
You were right to question his grin. You were right to question his
okay.
frown.
Why were
Because he is actually I don't know what I'm actually completely blanking on the name of what you call him. But a Sith Lord. There's a Sith Lord. Yep.
Oh my god, dude.
Yep. And
Like,
Samuel L. Jackson.
I would never believe that.
Samuel L. Jackson is not having it, my guy. He's like, what? And then
We moved on to yeah, we moved on to Revenge of the Sith now.
oh yeah. And
I need to put timestamp because I'm gonna share this video, George.
Context, okay? Lay out the battle of course.
what's the Battle of Coruscant? Oh yeah.
You know the part where there's the great drums at the very beginning, you know, the dun.
There's like this massive space battle.
As like Anakin and Obi-Wan are flying in on their little no, they're not edit twos.
Right after they met.
Oh god, there's a soccer ball after me.
Grenade deployed.
She hasn't seen something yet, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We
Well,
watched like one Bad Batch episode with us, but like when it came out, but I don't
yeah.
think he remembers.
So they go to save the Chancellor, and who captured them? Count Dooku.
Okay.
Okay.
Just captured them, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, yeah. Oh, Grievous is another guy in it I haven't mentioned yet, but he's there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Count Dooku himself captured him, and they show up, and they go 2v1 Count Dooku, which they have done before, and it's failed. Like Count Dooku may be infertile, but he's got great lightsaber skills, right? So they fight, and Obi-Wan he gets screwed again. He just gets beaten, and then Anakin does this cool move where he chops off his arms and then keeps the sabers to his throat. And Anakin's like, should I kill him? And he's like, no, I'll capture him. But then the Chancellor, who's right there in a chair, he goes, how about no? And he goes, what do you mean? He's like, how about you don't capture him? He goes, well, that's not the Jedi way. And he goes, what's a Jedi? And he's like, oh, so true. And then he chops. He chops.
But he says a legendary line though. What's the line?
Oh. Relationships for like fat people, they usually don't work out.
Yes.
Dude. He says the line. And then on that note, he chops his head off. Count Dooku's. And then Anakin feels kind of guilty.
Oh god, there's a song.
Anakin feels kind of guilty. He's like, maybe I shouldn't have chopped off his head. And Palpatine's like, what? He like, what did Count Dooku do to him?
Off his hand.
Oh yeah, he cut off your hand. And he was like, I know, but beat my meat so much better now. And you're like, that's not the point, Anakin. Okay, he's just, she's a bad guy, deserve to die. And Anakin was like, okay.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, that rhymed.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But then he starts thinking, you know, I like this killing thing. I'm starting to dig it. I really enjoy it. I'm gonna go slay some sand people, which he did. And then after that,
So we're going back to Attack on the Clones now.
Yep. And then I fell off the map, and then I just.
Oh god.
I'm gonna go with the flamethrower.
What part of the map are you playing on that you can fall off?
Just shut up, okay?
Fall off
Oh
the
my.
cliff into the tunnel?
Oh my god! I love this fire, bro. And then, yeah, and he starts just killing children for some reason. And, hey, we're all.
Long.
Well,
We jumped a long way.
Yeah, we jumped all the way to Horus.
We jumped all the
Yeah,
way
those
to-
other parts were
we jumped
important,
all the way
Daniel.
to the best part.
And yeah, and then Anakin, and Obi-Wan fight because Anakin turns to the dark side. Oh, thank God. Anakin turns to the dark side, kills some kids. The clones aren't actually good, and neither is Palpatine. And The clones betray their Jedi Masters, and it wasn't that hard for them because they actually had a CD in their head that told them how to.
Not a CD, it's a floppy disk.
Oh yeah, a floppy disk, and it told them like, you know what, kill all these Jedi, and so most of the clones were like, okay, and then some of the clones were like, you know what, fuck the floppy disk, I'm not going to do that, which I don't know why none of them. I don't know. Okay. You can resist the disc for a lot, which just like just chose not to. And
It's canon. That's canon.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then Grievous died. He got shot in the horseback. And then and then
So funny.
Obi-Wan and Anakin are fighting.
He's back.
It's so funny. You got shot in the piss bag.
Sorry, George. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
One of those town people, I think. Sends us full.
Oh, that's fucking get out of my way. And then I'm trying to think of what to do next. Oh yeah, and Anakin and Obi-Wan fight, and you're like, oh, Anakin's so gonna win, and then
Turret support deployed.
Obi-Wan cripples him, gives him asthma, and leaves him to die. And then Palpatine was like kind of happy to see Anakin all burnt up and stuff, because he's like, oh, I can leave him like this. Like he's like, I can leave him crippled for life, but I can still use him as my war dog. So then he saves him. And then Anakin is not looking like Anakin. He's looking like someone else. Oh, that's right, Darth Vader. Yep, Anakin Skywalker's Darth Vader.
Oh.
And he wakes up from his like spa treatment, all in this new gear. And Darth Vader's like, Padme, is she okay? And Chancellor Palpatine was like about to say, yeah, she's okay, bro. You guys can live happily ever after. And then Palpatine thought, I'm gonna prank his ass. And then he says, you killed her, bro. And Darth Vader goes, no! And he goes, now go on to kill more children. And he sends him on his merry way. Now, Padme, her husband survived being his limbs chopped off and in lava, but she dies of sadness. She's the weakest hoe in the whole of the galaxy.
Yeah.
She dies of sadness, but she does give birth to two little beautiful babies. That's right,
Yep.
Kylo Ren and Han Solo. And they go on to bring back the Jedi Order. Yeah.
Needless to say, you want to know how Padme
Radiant
actually
breach
died?
triumph.
Syphilis.
Syphilis and
Sure.
Sidious.
Oh.
Yeah, like Sidious just like reached out with the Force and killed her.
Did he really?
I don't want to
Yep.
be that guy that goes like, Anthony,
Well, you are doing that right now.
I am doing that.
I don't.
right
Yeah.
now. That's why I
but
said
I don't
normally
mind.
I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna be Kylo Ren. You know what? I'm not gonna be
Never
Kylo
mind.
Ren.
I'm a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, you are. You're like a Star Wars guy in Insta, like you're just so good.
I spit
George, can I turn this
so
into a
much
video
back.
explaining?
What video?
Can I make a video of you explaining all of
I mean, 24 minutes of my
Prequels.
goddamn
Now
stream
the
has literally
original
just been that.
I'll cut it down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna upload it straight up. I'm just gonna edit it.
Okay. I've been not playing the game. Like, if you're watching my stream, I've been doing nothing. I've just been so focused
I'm
on
a little
talking.
confused on your gameplay sometimes. Kind of, no, like you're good, and then for some reason you just completely just stand idle.
Can we turn
Oh.
this into a series, George?